Hey guys, it's Kiera, the Cozy Alchemist. Welcome back. If you're here for the first time, welcome. Thank you for joining. Today I'm going to do another collective reading just to see where we are because there's like a lot going on in the collective, energetically and in the physical at this point. Like it's just, you feel it. Like there's a major shift happening right now. And so I just kind of wanted to get some feedback on that and see where we're headed, especially with this major, Lionsgate portal taking place on Sunday. You have the new moon coming in Leo, and then our sun is in Leo. It's just a lot, very overwhelming. And so I really wanted to just kind of dive in, see what kind of energy we're in and what kind of guidance, we can get from the divine, and then also share what kind of tips I feel like I can possibly offer to help on this journey. Because I feel like I'll speak for myself. I get a lot of guidance from, different intuitives and things like that. And it's like, this is what you need to do, period. But, sometimes we need that comma and followed by, and this is how, these are some steps in terms of advice on how to do it. And that's what I feel like, is needed right now. I feel like there's a lot of fear in the collective because there is a awareness of what's, happening, the shift that's taking place, the lessons that are being put out there, and a fear of failure, a fear of failing yourself, failing these tests, therefore being put through them again, failing relationships, failing in a career. Like there's a lot of imposter syndrome going around. Like what's happening is you can feel that everything you've been praying for and wishing for and manifesting for, and the life you've been working so hard to co-create is starting to take shape. Even if you can't fully see it, you feel it. Your highest self, as you're fully tapping into that version of yourself, is making those things more and more prevalent. You're becoming more aware. And you feel like there's these things that are like, I feel like we hear it all the time. We hear like, don't do X, Y, and Z. It's going to like knock you out of alignment, and then you're going to end up, pushing your manifestation back, or, separating your union, or putting a hold on it. And there's like a long list of like, this is what can happen if you do this wrong, so don't do it. But how? Like, how do we not do that? That's the question of the century. And I feel like I went through a lot, as we all did, but I went through that so that I could provide, some of that guidance and support and teach the lessons that I learned so that they don't have to be repeated. So I wanted to take more time to actually do that, that let not my struggles and heartaches and everything be in vain. And so we're going to talk about that a little bit more. I'm going to start talking about it here. I'm always going to do a reading. I know that's what a lot of you guys come here for, but then we're going to try to dig deep into it and get some clarity, So let's get into it, shall we? So we're going to check on the current energy of the collective. I'm only going to pull a couple of these, maybe one more. We've got Sattva. This is my yogic path, and this is one I look at, and Durga. This is one that I look at literally almost every morning if I can, and I'm going to read up on it, of course. Ooh, and then this one is Chinnamasta. I hope I'm saying these things right, but it came out in reverse, so we're going to leave it reversed. And then let's see what they say. I love to start with like some type of oracle because I always feel like it kind of sets the tone for the direction that the reading is going to go in and what messages we're about to receive. Okay, so Sattva is purity and clarity. You have let go of You can't make this. You've let go of the things that were holding you back and are reaching deeper levels of clarity. Maybe you've cleaned up your diet, home, self-care products, relationships, thought patterns, career goals, or life outlook, and are now experiencing the joys that come with purity. Sattva. The space you've created is allowing greater gifts that are more aligned with your truth to present themselves. Continue on this path toward clarity by shedding all that is no longer serving you. When your body becomes pure, your thoughts and life will reflect that. Bring sattva, purity, into all that you do, and your path will continue to become more clear. You can't make this stuff up. Like, that's been like the theme, and I've been saying this for days. Like, everybody has gone through that transition of learning these lessons, and now you're just kind of like, it's like you clean the pot, right? Imagine like a cast iron skillet or something, and you cleaned it pretty good, right? You did some work, because it has some really cooked on stuff that had been sitting there for like months. It's like a cast iron skillet. Everybody doesn't instantly wash their cast iron skillet. That's just, I don't know, this is just what comes with it. You wipe it down really good, but you don't always deep clean it. But every once in a while you have to, right? You have to do a deep cleaning of your skillet and kind of refresh it. So this is like you've spent the last couple of months doing this deep cleaning, right? And now you're looking at the pot and you're realizing, like, dang, I didn't even know it used to look like this. Like, there's a lot. I feel like it's almost a brand new pot. However, I see like a couple more small little scrapes that are still there from, just little stuff that I might have missed. Like, I was doing that deep cleaning, but now it's like the fine tuning, the detailing. We're scraping out the little bit left that will ultimately make this like a new pot. Like, it can never be the brand new pot that it was, because there's a lot of different scents and seasonings and things that have been embedded into it, and that's what makes it such an amazing pot. However, it's the best version of what it could possibly be today. So we're going to get all the little excess out to take it, make it a clean slate, basically. We are that cast iron skillet, okay? But we're also the person doing the cleaning up. We're doing this for ourselves. And that's literally the season that we're in right now. And it's like you already have to take into account, like, you see the changes in yourself. You see the shift. You see that you're not that same person. You've grown. Like, it's amazing when you take a step back and just really evaluate who you were even a year ago, or like at the beginning of this year, versus who you are today. You see your growth when you allow yourself to. But now you are able to see even more clearly those small things that like took a little bit more work to get cleaned up, because they were so deeply embedded for so long. You can see it with a clear eye now, and you can, continue to put in that work to chisel those aspects of yourself that aren't serving you away. And that's where we're at. And we're there not because we are throwing the pot away, but to be used for new things, right? Like, it's time to evolve. It's time for a new chapter, and it's honestly a beautiful chapter, very divinely guided and aligned, and all of it serves a purpose bigger than we could even imagine, okay? But like, it serves a bigger purpose, and it's time for us to step into that. But in order to do that, we have to make sure that we are fully prepared. And this does not say that we're not prepared because we haven't put in the work, but we have to see how far we've come. That's the biggest thing. And that requires you being put through the test to be given an opportunity to break what's ultimately at this point a habit. Break the habit of responding how you used to respond, because in the past you were responding that way out of fear. Now it's just routine. It's just common. But if you take a step back and really think about it, you've learned different tools, and the things that once affected you in certain ways don't really impact you the same way. They don't have the same power over you because you've taken that power back. But you don't really get to see that until you're put into that situation again. So that's the season that we're in right now. We're getting put through the water, through the wire, through the storms, through the towers. We're being put through it to show how far we've come. And as you go through that, Spirit is like, she's ready. He's ready. They did what they need to do. Bam. And listen, like I said, time is an illusion. And this is not a game. That's what I just heard. And this is not a game. As soon as you're ready, you got something new to get ready for, okay? Like, as soon as you prove you're ready, they're going to give you what you're ready for. There's no waiting game. This is not a game for the divine, okay? This is I will hand you what you need when you need it. And if I haven't handed it to you yet, you're not ready for it. So as soon as you're ready for it, you will have it. So therefore, it's an opportunity for every stopping point in your life. It's an opportunity for reevaluation. That's all it is. There is no such thing as no in the eyes of God, source, the divine, spirit, the universe. They don't even think negatively. It's either not yet, yes, or I have better. So we're in that season where it's like, yes, but not yet. Okay? You just came out of the season of I have better. That's why we were getting rid of so many things, because it was like, no, I have better for you. I have someone better for you. I have something better for you. I have a bigger, okay? I'm thinking bigger. The scale that the spirit lives on is one that we can't even comprehend. So we're coming out of that space and we're stepping into that yes, but not yet, okay? And that not yet is coming quicker than you realize. So keep the faith in that. Okay, so the next one that is Durga. All right, so Durga is the goddess of inner strength and protection. I should have read the other one. I might go back. I might. If I forget, don't hold charges in my head, not my heart. But here it is again. It says, you're exhibiting great strength in the face of things that would make others, including former versions of yourself, crumble. Durga, the warrior goddess, is with you, carrying her bow and arrow, sword, trident, lotus, thunderbolt, golden discus, and conch. You are embodying her fierce strength and loving protection. You have overcome major hardships with your willpower and will continue to leap over any challenges that confront you. Call upon Durga Ma whenever you need any extra ounce of strength, y'all. Let's go to the next one, because I mean, there you have it. There you have it. That's the season that we're in right now. 113. So I feel like this is what, because this one came out in reverse, Chinnamasta, I feel like this is something that we're missing. Hi. You gotta get down. My child just like snuck in here very quietly. See you later. Chinnamasta, goddess of radical self-transcendence. You are waking. Oh, no. This one came out in reverse. So it says, Chinnamasta has come to tell you that you are giving up too much. Who you are and what you have to offer, your divine gifts and love. You have lost your head in the pursuit of helping others, and it has left you confused, empty, and numb. It's time to set boundaries to remember who you truly are. You don't need to sacrifice your individuality to gain appraisal and acceptance. Instead, use this experience to go deeper into your truth, and you will come out of the other side as more self-aware and empowered than ever before. All right. I was like hearing all the things. All right. So everybody's been here. You've been hearing it. Let go of what no longer is serving you. Let go of what's no longer serving you. Bam. This is what's no longer serving you. Not accepting yourself and needing validation from others. Trying to force things that, like, first of all, you shouldn't have to force anything. Not a relationship, not a job, not a car. Like, if it's work, it's either not for you yet, or it's not for you because something better is. Okay? So, and this is especially the case in relationships. And this is a scary thing. Like, we grew up in a society, unfortunately, and well, disclaimer, okay, I'm going to say this first. Our parents and whoever raised us, they did what they could with what they had. We don't hold anything against them because they're only able to give as much as they received, okay? Have that compassion. It doesn't take away from your experience, but just have that compassion and be able to separate the two, okay? And now it's your opportunity to reparent and heal yourself. But we grew up in a society that made you feel that you needed validation and approval from the people around you that loved you, loved you, in order to know if you were making the right decisions. Okay. And this, I mean, it starts from the very beginning. Like, we don't even realize it when we're talking to our children and we're, constantly saying, hey, oh, good job. You made me proud. Like, every time they do something good, you made me so proud. And now they're learning, ooh, I love the response that I get when I do this. I'm doing this to make them proud. And I actively work when my daughter does something good, that I feel like she should be proud of, to tell her, that is a great job. You should be very proud of yourself. Yes, it's important for her to know that she makes me proud, but it's more important for her to make herself proud. And that is the headspace that you guys should be entering into, okay? We got to remove this sense of needing validation from other people. Like, if a person don't want to be in your life right now, then let them go. You deserve better. You deserve someone who is equally as invested as you are. Let them go. Maybe by letting them go, you'll give them an opportunity to see the truth and what they're missing in that relationship. And then you get to decide if you want them to come back. If you're struggling with a job and this person is not appreciating you on the workforce and you steady trying to prove yourself and blah, 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 maybe that's not the job for you. Maybe. You know what I mean? Go to the bathroom. Just a second. Okay, I feel like it's probably going to happen almost every time I do a video recording. This is what happens when you have a child. This is real life here, people. This is real life. But, yeah, so that's the message here. This is about self-validation, okay? Looking within yourself for the answers and not needing that validation from another person or thing or situation. Self-validation. Because the truth of it is, spirit is here. Your spirit guides are here. Your ancestors are here. And they're heavily supporting you. But they want to see that you can handle it. Like, you're a co-creator of your life. Co-creator. Which means you play a part. And if you don't know your own strength, if you don't know your own power, then you're going to continue to set these low bars for yourself. Okay? So, and not see the greatness when it's presenting itself to you. And not feel like you deserve it. That's the big thing. And, will literally lowball yourself because you feel like that's where your worth lies. Like, no. This is a season of recognizing who you are. Okay? If she comes back in here, I'm not going to stop recording. I'm just going to do it behind the camera. But that's okay. All right. So let's go ahead and get into this reading. Let's see. What's the current energy of the collective? Okay. Ooh. What else? Okay. We got the Ten of Swords. We got the Tower. And we got the Three of Swords in reverse. All right. And the Knight of Cups is underneath there. Literally what I'm saying. We're closing out a cycle. We're closing out a heavy cycle, a really hard cycle. And a lot of us are going through tower moments right now. Like, back to back to back to back to back to back to back. But, ooh, okay. This tower is not... Well, first of all, no tower is bad. Some of them may be difficult, but the difficulty lies in your willingness to surrender to where you're being guided. Even if you're being guided to sit down somewhere, that's where the difficulty lies. But this tower also represents a huge, like, you're being uprooted. Your entire foundation, as you knew it, is being broken down. And it's being broken down, torn down, so that you can heal and start anew. Okay, that's the energy that we're in. What is the let's clarify this, spirit. But 10 represents the tens represent, I'm gonna let you see the card in a minute. Tens represent closing out a cycle. Okay, so we're closing out a cycle, and the closing out of the cycle was caused by like some major uprooting. Like, you had something that you need to let go of, and then there's going to be something that comes that's going to literally like throw you off balance. It's going to completely rip away anything else that was left over. It's going to happen in a really strange, unexpected way, but it's going to be for the highest good. And the Ace of Wands, it's going to lead to a passionate new beginning. And you have the Seven of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, and underneath there is the Sun card, you guys. And the Page of Okay, I love readings like this. Y'all just gonna have to just deal with all the excitement and emotions. But Ace of Wands is a passionate new beginning. It's a beautiful, new plans, new developments, like transformation. And with the Seven of Pentacles, this is saying that you have to put in some work too. That's part of what this tower is about. You're being guided to make some certain changes and decisions, but you have to make those decisions in order to get to your passionate new beginning. It's what it is. It's whatever it is. That's that tower. It's kind of scary. It's like completely different from what you've ever known life to be, or it's forcing you to create a new life. And it's like that starting over is huge. Like, it's terrifying for the ego. Okay, your ego identifies familiarity with security even when it's not safe. Okay, remember that, because at least it knows what's coming. That's how your ego thinks. And we've spent a lot of years relying on our ego to keep our inner child safe. And now we're being guided to step into our higher self, who doesn't base the unknown, doesn't correlate the unknown to fear or danger, because there is no unknown for the higher self. Even when you consciously are not aware of what's coming, your highest self always knows, which is why it's so important to trust and follow your highest self. Tap into your intuition, okay? So what was I saying? Yeah, so you're being guided to make a decision. There's something that you need to do. It's like, we got this beautiful new beginning here for you, but we can only give you as much as you're willing. You got to put in some work too. Like, and it's not just in the physical, it's mentally too. I said this last time in the last reading, like, as above, so below, as within, so without. Like, what you put in is what you're going to get back in return. What you think is what you manifest. Okay. So however you're thinking is how things are going to manifest for you. So that's what makes you the co-creator of your life. Your thoughts and your words have power. They are spells. Okay. So be very aware of the way that you're thinking. If you're seeing a 111 a lot, that in itself is a sign that you need to be more aware of the thoughts that you're thinking or the words that you're speaking, because you're manifesting your life. Like, that portal is being extremely open at the time, and whatever you're speaking is what you're creating. Okay, so at this point, what it's saying is that if you continue on the path to like that self-healing and those that's why I said affirmations last time, having positive affirmations and speaking love and light into your life and peace and confidence and harmony and faith, then you're leading to your sun, your, Ace of Wands, your new beginning, your love, your stability, security, like all those beautiful things. It's like new beginning. The sun also, ooh, okay, so you have the sun and then you have the Page of Cups. When I saw the Page of Cups, I kept hearing, and the Ace of Pentacles. Listen, I can't listen. Okay. So, what I was going to say is the sun also brings light to things that were once hidden in the dark. With the Page of Cups, I'm hearing that for a lot of you, this has to do with love. Now, let me say this. There are a lot of divine unions being brought together in this time. Very divinely aligned. There is a lot of divine intervention. And a lot of these divine unions, you already know who your counterpart is, and you were forced away from that person because you still had some healing that needed to take place. You need to see your worth. You needed to have healthy boundaries and healthy standards for yourself, and to not force something that's not serving you, okay? So a lot of people have to walk away from someone, and that's leading them to this new person, this new divine love. And some of you are going right back to this old divine love, but your union, even though it was divinely guided at the time, was not divine. Message. So now you're working on yourself being divinely aligned, and your counterpart will begin to mirror that energy, and you guys, as you're both divinely aligned, will create a divine union. Okay, but it starts with divine union within yourself. So I said that to say that you got the Sun card and you got the Page of Cups, which means that some truths are about to be revealed about somebody's feelings, about another person. And as a result, and this is like how this kind of stuff happens, is like you can't stop thinking about it. It's all, you're dreaming about it. You're having like visions and just like daydreaming and stuff like that. You're seeing their name. Like, divine intervention will step in however they see fit, if there's something that they feel like, they need to push you towards. So it's going to lead to some type of like romantic offer. It's going to be a beautiful thing, that passionate new beginning. And for some reason, with the Ace of Pentacles, like look, this is where we're at. We got the Seven of Pentacles, we got the Sun, we got the Page of Cups, and we got the Ace of Pentacles. It's so interesting to me that a lot of these unions have some type of work to do together. And that's what I keep saying. This is not just about, oh, yes, I'm just, God loves me and wants me to be in a happy relationship. Yes, accurate, very true. You deserve it. But it serves a bigger purpose. As you find this divine counterpart and you guys come into alignment, and the light that you guys bring to the world is going to heal people, okay? That's the goal here. We're bringing all this light so that we can wash out all this darkness, because the dark has like taken over, and spirit is about to shake some things up. The spiritual warfare is real, and these divine unions are being formed for the sake of helping on this battlefield. Okay. So for some of you, this is actively working together in some way, like some type of like job, some type of business that you're going to create or something. For some of you, this is more of a spiritual warfare. Your love, literally, the way that you love each other will be reflected and beaming to to those around you, and will help heal. It will help you heal each other. It will help you heal those around you. It will begin to heal, like on a drastic level, okay? That's still putting in work. And it's going, because you're doing it, because you're being obedient, whether it's because of the type of job that you guys do together or because you're just simply being obedient and you're being rewarded, it's going to lead to that Ace of Pentacles, which is like a new beginning in finances, like financial security and abundance. Like a lot of you are being guided to step outside of your box in terms of like the type of work that you're putting out, but you have to trust it because it's going to lead to a lot of financial abundance. Like, and not for the sake of anything other than you don't need to be worried about anything but your mission. Ding, ding, ding. Like, that's it. We're going to make sure you're taken care of because we need your head to be here. Okay? Let's not worry about this surface level earthly matters. We're going to take care of that so you can take care of what you're supposed to be taking care of. And you guys are slowly starting to open up to what your true mission is here on this earth. Okay? It's a mission that was already designed and defined and designated before you took your first breath. And now we're returning to that person. And we're being awoken. Is that a word? Awoken? Yeah. Awakened? We're being awakened to that person. And so that was a lot. All have been just the current energy. So let's see. Let's check on, you know what? We don't have a lot. We're just going to check on the advice. Seven of Cups. I said that, you guys, there's something that you need to do. You're going to be Queen of Pentacles. It has to do with work. Queen of Pentacles. At the bottom of the deck is Temperance. And underneath there is the Six of Swords. We saw this a lot last week. Yes. And there goes the Seven of Pentacles again. So once again, there's a decision that you need to make. And it's surrounding your foundation. Okay. It has to do with work. It might be, for a lot, I feel like it has to do with like moving for some of you, quitting your job and pursuing your dream, your like what you know you were meant to do. But there's a decision that needs to be made. Like you've already made the decision in terms of walking away from what's no longer serving you, right? And if you haven't, you're about to. You know what you're supposed to be doing. But the next step, there's like a decision that needs to be made. And it has to, like it's going to lead to balance. Balance and harmony. Like the sun's even in the back of the deck. But you see how she's got like her foot on the grass and in the water. Like she's earthing. But she's like literally all the elements. All the elements are here. All of them. And I wish I could look up. Okay, so when I look at this card, one thing that I'm noticing, first of all, I'm noticing like her crown chakra. See how it's like illuminating? This is your crown like opening up. And then I also notice back here this path that's leading to the sun. Okay. Right now she's not looking at it because she's kind of just focused on getting grounded. But this is the direction that she's gonna be headed towards the sun. Because we saw the sun card, right? So right now your focus is on reestablishing your foundation. Like that's where you're at. And a lot of that is, in order to do so, requires you to, there's a decision that you have to make. And it scares you. It scares you. And I understand. But you got to do it. Like, take that leap of faith. Do it scared. It's literally going to lead to everything you could ever imagine, even though you can't tell. It doesn't really look like it. I get it. But it's literally going to lead to everything you've ever wanted and then some. Okay? I can prove it. Let's see. What's the overall outcome? Judgment. I keep pulling this card. And then it's interesting that the moon is here. Okay. Here's the thing about Judgment. And then I split the deck and I saw the, I should have showed you, but it was the Ace of Swords, which is one also about mental clarity. Judgment, clarify judgment, is about mental clarity, seeing things from a clear perspective after, seeing things from the past from a clear perspective. The Hierophant here. All right. And there goes Temperance again. All right. So this is what I'm hearing. Okay. We got Judgment. We have the Four of Pentacles, and then we have the Hierophant. This is the overall outcome. with Judgment, this is about you learning the lessons from your past, okay? The issues of the past. Letting go of those things from the past. Letting go of the things and the people that are no longer serving you. You're letting it go. You're seeing things from a clear perspective. You've learned the lessons. You're not just letting go of people, like other people, but you're letting go of those versions of yourself that are no longer serving you. And you're stepping in, you're redefining your values, and you're recreating your foundation. And this is redefining what relationships look like to you. This is re-establishing a foundation in terms of like where you're going to live, the type of work that you do, the impact that you want to leave, you know, the type of legacy that you want to leave. This is also marriage. This is like, you know, recreating a family dynamic. This is reestablishing what family looks like to you and how you define family versus how you used to. This Four of Pentacles here is saying that there's a lot of like deep-rooted things like behaviors and thought patterns and belief systems that you were still holding on to, that you are letting go of and creating anew, basically, because you've learned from these experiences and you're seeing things from a clear perspective now, which is why I was like, dang, I wish I would have saw the Ace of Swords. I should have showed you the Ace of Swords when I split the deck, because the Ace of Swords is also about gaining mental clarity and seeing things from a new perspective so that you can have a new beginning. And so, yeah, with the Hierophant here and the Temperance, once again, about balance, and it's also harmony, inner harmony, and outward, you know, a balance between mental and emotional, spiritual and ego, healthy boundaries versus vulnerability. Like this, you're reestablishing yourself, you're redefining yourself, rediscovering yourself, and you are setting the standard for what you want life to look like. You know, what types of values and expectations and belief systems and traditions, like how do you want things to play out according to who you truly are, which is what you've been discovering over these past couple of months, your true self. What is that? A gnat, I guess. I have like a million plants, so sometimes I deal with that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the overall outcome here, is that it's like you remember we got the tower. We're tearing down the foundation, and the overall outcome, we're tearing down that foundation, ending a cycle so we can have this passionate new beginning. And in order to have a passionate new beginning, you have to reestablish what life looks like. But before you can do that, there's something you need to do. There's a decision that you need to make that is terrifying, yes, but leads to everything. It leads you back to you. It leads you back home. Okay? So that's pretty much the message here. And you guys, I'm gonna say my journey started maybe in 2007, after I had a miscarriage, and before my daughter, she's my rainbow baby, I had a miscarriage, and it opened up, you know, it began the process of my spiritual awakening journey, and a lot of things happened after that. Like, it was like back to back to back, and in hindsight, I don't regret any of it, because I'm very blessed to see who I am today and what I'm able to do with the things that I learned and I gained. So I created a program along with my beautiful team, my amazing team, and it's called Cozy Alchemy. And the point of this program is to provide you guys with the tools to embark on your own spiritual awakening, because that's where you guys are at right now. This is the journey that you're currently on. And the truth of the matter is you awaken over and over and over and over and over again. But a lot of you guys collectively are at the beginning of that. You've never been through this before. So that's what I meant in the beginning when I said that a lot of times you go through, you're getting advice that you need to do X, Y, and Z, but you're missing like A, B, and C on like, or you're looking at an instruction manual and you have the instructions, but you're missing the tools. Cozy Alchemy, the mentor program, is the tools. And so we don't claim to be able to heal you, because healing is a lifelong journey. But what happens by being a part of this program, it's an 8-week program, by the way. What happens is we take you at the individual and we break down like every little aspect of who you are. Like we do the different readings, we do astrological readings, we check your chart, we do everything to pull along with individual mentoring sessions to learn about you. And we pull all of that information together to create a personalized, customized healing toolkit. And then every week you get new, like different steps to help you, on that journey. And at the end of it, you've got this big kit. It's basically like your armor, your body armor. And as you go through these different battles and as you go through these different processes, you can, refer back to everything that you learned to remember, like, okay, this is how I handle that. Okay, this is the type of meditation that's good for that. Okay, cool. This is the type of, spiritual baths will be great for that. I remember I learned that. Okay, cool. Ooh, I'll say I did this reading, or I remember on my astrological chart it said during this time this type of stuff can happen, so I know I can prepare for it by doing X, Y, and Z. That's what comes from this program, you guys. And all of the knowledge was obtained through personal experience. Yes, there's a lot of degrees and certifications backed behind it, but the biggest part is the personal experience. I feel like you can't really help someone come out of a storm that they've never been through. And we've been through these storms multiple times. And I just feel like I tripped over so many things, roadblocks in the road, so that I could turn around and place a little marker there for the next person so they can just walk around it. They still gonna have to go around it, it's gonna still slow them up a little bit, but now they can walk around it, or they can climb over it versus falling flat on their face. Okay, that's what Cozy Alchemy is. And so I'm gonna put the link in the caption. You guys, please just go look at it. Just check it out. And if it seems like something that you're interested in, that's what I'm here for. Okay, me and my team, our goal is to help you ascend and to become and reconnect with the highest version of yourself and return back home. So that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for joining me. If you've been here the whole time, I hope this resonated with you, and we'll talk soon.